Hey guys, MSA here, and welcome back to Let's Build. So, in between episodes, I have upgraded to 12W40A because I could, and why wouldn't you? It'd be better if you did that. And I haven't really changed much around here. I've changed the lights because someone told me that it may look cool if I do something like that, and I thought it was quite cool. I love the way that these item frames can fit into spaces that are smaller than like a block, and they really shouldn't be placed there. I don't know, they're so cool, item frames. I really wish that Mojang maybe do something like that in the future with some other blocks. I don't know. I've also sort of extended this out, cleared away some more of the trees around that area, just because I want a big open space before I get to here, and in the future I will probably do some sort of other building right here just as an entrance to our floating village. Anyway, a lot of people have been replying to the first episode, and it was great actually. It was amazing, your response for the first episode, because normally I don't get that many responses. I mean, it was one of probably the best responses I got since either starting the server or Thumbcraft. Two very, very positive responses. And then this was my third positive response. But anyway, yeah, so a lot of you like the idea of this, although a lot of you requested that I install too many items just for some basic things, like, for example, if I could find it, there we go, the command block. You can't access that in this creative menu for some reason, why I'm not entirely sure. I don't know why they do that. You can also get some other cool things that I probably won't ever actually need, like, for example, the end portal. I don't know why I would need some of those things, but in case of a situation where I would, I guess it's handy to have it. But I'll probably keep that away for the most part, and just stick to the regular creative menu just to keep it sort of legit feel to it. Although today we're going to be extending out this way, and a lot of you guys had a couple of cool ideas. Although the one I really liked the most was to sort of not make this a circle, but sort of duplicate it on the other side, like mirror it. And I really like that idea. So let's have a look, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we need to go at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I'll need to do the same on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I forgot to do this. There we go. And we're just going to very simply fill this in. That should be good. So don't forget, guys, this is going to be a very active series with your input really in it. And what I mean by that is, I want you guys to tell me what to build and when to build it, how to build it, and stuff like that. Because I'm fairly good at the whole building thing, apparently, according to people, which I personally don't think I am, but according to you I am, which is nice. And oops, and as much as I like that, I really would rather have you guys tell me what you want to see. Though that's not right. What have I done wrong? Oh yeah, of course, because that's out one. So I actually need to put this out to here, and then I'm gonna do that, right? Yeah, that's it. So let's do that. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I want your guys' input as well in the series. And this is this bit's actually kind of complicated. I thought this would be easily talked over, but no. There's apparently some form of brain work involved. That doesn't matter. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's it, I think. At least for this side. Anyway, so I want to have things such as villagers actually in the village itself. Obviously, a lot of people seem to request that. Like, one person even requests at this side here, we have kind of like a tower which leads up to a witch, because obviously we're in the snapshot, so we can do that. And I thought that sounded awesome. Did you not? Okay, let's see what to do now. This is more complicated than it looks. Trust me, it is a lot more complicated than it actually looks. It's not that complicated, it's just I'm silly. Oops. Let's do that. Oh, I don't have a thing there, do I? That's going to cause a bit of a whirlpool, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I can fix that by doing that, though. That's cool. That's cool. And we're going to simply fill this in. Once we get the third one in, obviously, as well. Yeah, that's it there. Anyway, the new block feature where they're placing this thing where the block faced is kind of alright. I quite like it, but at the same time it can get kind of annoying when I'm doing things like this, because you know, if I wanted to fill this in, I'd have to do that, which is fine. Although, say if I wanted to fill it in and I don't have the set side block here, I do that and then it does that. It's kind of annoying, but you know, it's okay. Now also what I need to do is I need to get some of these things again, these hatches, and just place them around the edges where I do not want to see this wood, like that. Oh, of course I can't do it here though because of that problem that I had last time. So what I think we're going to do is the exact same thing that we did to solve it, and we're going to get one of these and one of these, and we're also going to need some form of redstone power. We're just going to use the lever because I think that's the easiest one to use, and we're going to place, oops, didn't mean to do that. We're going to place this here, 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 and here. And then the handy thing is that I believe this should be all airspace. Yeah, that works out really well. And just one lever will light them all up, which is kind of cool, in my opinion. Oh, and of course we go to the river biome here, so the grass kind of changes. But again, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's really nice the way these all light up though in just that one, with that one torch or lever. And I think that's really handy. Although it doesn't really matter, I guess, because we are in creative mode. So, what do you guys think of that? Is it too squared off, or do you like it? I mean, it's not really. I mean, technically it's squared because it has the edges. I'm not sure if it's the exact square, but you know. It has the edges of a square, but in here it doesn't seem squared, so I quite like it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go off into the center here, and we're going to make a circle, and that's going to be our main intersection area. So what I want to do is I want to get some of the half slab blocks. There we go. And what we're going to do is do, how do I say we're going to do this? Yeah, okay, so my main plan is to do something like that. For the actual episode itself, though, I'm going to need to, or for not the episode, for the actual thing itself, I'm going to need to do something like this. This is very buggy, that thing there. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do that. And I'm even thinking possibly doing something with the wood here to make it do this. I can maybe do that to make it look kind of nice, and we'll have pillars that go all the way down to the bottom. That missed. Okay. And then we'll keep sort of. I'm gonna try and keep maybe like a wooden contrast throughout the entire thing. Here we go. It's to there. So I'm gonna have wood planks, and then this wood here, the logs, and hopefully that is going to make it look nice throughout the entire place, and it's going to be very village-like. I'm going to try and replicate the regular village, what do you call them, houses, but in sort of a watery form. So let's see, where do I want the circle to be? I'm thinking possibly here. Yeah, that looks good if I do it there. And also, this is going to bother me because apparently I've forgotten to take out one of these things. There it is. That was bothering me for a while because I get bothered over those things for some strange reason. Okay, anyway, the reason why I did this, and I explained it last episode, is because then that puts it half a block above the water, which is perfect. Whereas originally we'd have to either have it like that, or we'd have to have it like that, which is way too high. Whereas this, it keeps it nice and flat to the river surface. River, lake, whatever, same thing really. What's the difference? One's just a hole and one's a line, really, right? I'm pretty sure that's the only difference. Okay, now we're going to, I think, maybe best to put these up one more, just to make them stand out. And we're just going to bring this along like this. Yep, that works well. I think that is what we're going to do. Now, my question is if we should put something underneath this. And I don't want to put these oak wood slabs. So maybe we should put maybe the spruce ones. They may look kind of cool here. Let's have a look, shall we? Because they often mix quite well with the wood here. What do you guys think? Do you think we should have it slabbed off like that or not? Which one looks better in your opinion? I don't know. I actually kind of prefer it without them. So for now, we'll do it without them. But guys, comment below on whether you think we should have them or not. Okay, so now let's work on this intersection circle-y thing. What I want to do is I want to do this, and we're going to need to make it so that it is it's not like this at all, do we? Let's see, let me think. Need to I'm gonna need to go get a circle template. Now the one problem with circles in Minecraft is that they have to be an odd, and this isn't even, so that may cause a little bit of problem in the future, but hopefully it should be fine, because you can still make even circles, just they're not truly circle, if you know what I mean, so they'll be a little bit off, but that's fine. So let me get, or let me at least try and find some sort of circle formation that I could do off the interweb, and I'll be back. That looks nice. I like that. Now we need to get this wood going. So same idea really as last time. The only real way I can do this is to do it like this. How should I do this one? Guess I'm just gonna have to do that. That's the only real way I can see of doing it. There probably is some other way you can do it, but I don't really mind or care. Okay, that's gonna be weird. I'll leave those edges out for now, and we'll just do this. What am I doing? I don't quite know. There we go, that's what I wanted. And over here we're going to do that. And then here we're also doing that. Then this is where the switch comes, so we're going to need to do that. There we go. And then again we're going to leave that for now. Now we're going to do this. There we go. No, this is proving itself to be a little bit awkward. Although life is like that, is it not? I'm pretty sure life's like that. I don't know what I'm talking about either. Anyway, my 1-year YouTube anniversary came up recently, a couple of days ago, so I'm going to be trying to do some sort of video on that. Although it's going to be a heavy editing video, and I'm not really that much of an editor, to be honest. Like, I mean, I pretty much try and get through my videos doing as minimal editing as possible. Literally just copy and paste the scenes in, and then that's me done. So that's going to be interesting to work towards. So we'll see how that goes. But I think it'll be awesome. Okay, cool, there we go. Now, one thing I have realized is that I've done these sides completely differently to the other sides, which is not good. Okay, we're gonna do the same on this side, I guess. Yeah, that's what I want. No, there we go. That's what I want. That's how I want it. Yeah, that looks good now because they're all facing the same way roughly. And again, of course, we're going to very simply do this. Now, to get around the weird thing here, what my plans are is I'm going to put another one of those poles up. And of course, I want it just reaching all the way to the bottom, just to give it that realistic feeling. Although I think that's a good way of getting around it, do you? I think that's an awesome way of getting around it. And I can maybe even try and install some sort of light system with these. I'll see how that works out in the future. But for now, well, we'll stick with this. That looks good to me. There we go. And we just need to do this side. Yeah, I think that looks nice and awesome. What do you guys think? Is my question. I've just realised I need to do this. I forgot about this side. I think how to get around this is to possibly do that, and then in the future when we come to doing this, this is always really awkward. There we go. So when it comes to the time where we actually are expanding out this way, it's all ready and done. So if you imagine like a pathway leading out here, and then in that case we're going to also need to put some more of these pillar things up here, which would make sense as well, because you know you would have pillars around there for support. And once I finish this, I'm going to try and look and see what parts look realistic and unrealistic for support, and then probably do some sort of check on how realistic it all looks. But you guys, you know, keep me informed. Tell me what you want to see, and see me do, because it's very important in this series. I need to learn to do things. I should also probably, you know, think about stuff more, because this episode, I'm very sorry, this episode's not that well made. I do realise that it's quite poorly made, talking wise. Oh, that's a really simple way of doing it. I forgot that. Okay, so I really should sort of think through some topics to talk about. This could be a talky time episode, I think. I do want to keep the commentary live, but the one problem with live commentary is that it can be very awkward sometimes, especially for people like me who are very bad at live commentary. When it comes to actual discussions, that's my main problem, I think. Okay, let's time set day. Okay, so what do you guys think of this? I think that looks awesome. And we're going to soon start adding villages to this, I think. Is there any way, I'm just thinking, because I'm not really used to doing this, but could we add stairs here? Because stairs look awesome in my opinion. Let's see if we can add stairs here. Yeah, stairs do work here. Nice, nice. I think I'm gonna do stairs then, since they work there. I know they break your fall or your sprint, but that's not really much of an issue. I don't think, at least anyway. Yeah, so that looks nice. I think anyway. I think that looks nice. What do you guys think though, is my question to you. What do you think? Do you think it looks nice? That's not meant to go there. We're going to need to add these on the sides as well, of course, as we always do. I'm not really sure what I can do there, but yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll think of something that we could do. I honestly just don't know what we could do there. But as I said, I'll try and think of something, or you guys can give me some information back on what you think we could do there. But yeah, that looks good in my opinion. And that's all I'm doing this episode. So thanks for watching. Next time, I think we're going to get starting to work on the actual villages themselves. I'm going to go off my own, do some work on creative mode in a super flat world, and try and make it kind of a cool looking um, floating village idea, maybe with stilts and stuff like that. And I want to make it so that they do register as proper houses, so that the villagers will walk in them and do breeding and stuff like that. Because, you know, the villagers will interact with houses that are actual registered houses in game. And if you don't know how that works, I think it needs like a window, at least one form of lighting, and a table and stuff like that. I don't know, and a door as well. So I'll look into it. But thanks for watching this time, and see you next time. Let's show you this. But yeah, that looks awesome. I think that looks awesome.